world government that subjects every nation and every person on earth to a status of political slavery, because it's based on political inequality. There are only 5 nations under the United Nations Charter that are equal, the so-called Big Five: the United States, Russia, France, Britain, and China. Those 5 nations became one in the creation of the UN. When they signed the papers that brought the UN into existence, they gave up a lot of their national sovereignty to the sovereignty of the UN. The UN is a negative quality form of Soviet government because it's all government by commission or council. J. Edgar Hoover, in his book Masters of Deceit, reveals that the word Soviet means council or commission. And the councils and commissions of the UN are all appointed. None of them are elected. So it's a Soviet instrumentality. The United Nations is a Soviet political instrumentality that is based on political inequality, which is the standard for slavery. So, to make it the way it ought to be on this planet has to do with the creation of a new form of government, of the people, by the people, and for the people, and the nations of the world. And that's what I'm involved in at the present.
Oh, really? How many people are involved in this?
Oh, I couldn't say offhand, but there's an awful lot of people.
Here in Hawaii?
Here in Hawaii.
Worldwide?
Here in Hawaii, because of these papers on sovereignty, our reinstated Hawaiian government passed a resolution on December 8th that has to do with sending an invitation. Here it is. A resolution to extend an invitation from our government to the heads of state and the foreign ministers of all the nations of the world. Section 1. To augment the commitment of the reinstated Hawaiian government to the pathway of truth and justice, we, the legislature, recognize the wisdom of inviting the political leaders of the nations of the world to come to Hawaii to discuss the need of and to plan for the convening of a global constitutional convention to craft a master charter of liberty, a constitution of world law essential to the creation and implementation of a new form of world government of the people, by the people, and for the people, and the nations of the world. Section 2, that this policy derives from the will of God, the spirit of truth, and the same person referred to by our Queen, Liliuokalani, as the almighty ruler of the universe. To him who judgeth righteously, I commit my cause. So we consider ourselves to be partners with the Creator in the reinstatement of our lawful nation, as it has to do with bringing truth and justice to the world.
Well, what's been the growth? I mean, in the last 5 years, are there
since March 13th, 1999, which marked the point of actual reinstatement of the government, that was from that point on, there's a few thousand of us that are
really
citizen applicants of the new lawful government. And now with this resolution, which was approved by the legislature, we have an invitation drawn up, and I'm getting ready to send out the invitation to the heads of state and foreign ministers of the world right now to come here to talk about, let's have a global con-con. Let's make it the way it ought to be. So like, there's no government for the international arena. Saddam Hussein is facing the same problem our Queen faced 110 years ago. And if there was a government on earth good enough for everybody and good enough for every nation, the head of any nation could file a complaint against anybody else and expect a judicial hearing in a civilized means of resolving conflict instead of going to war. So what we're hoping for is a positive response to this invitation, which would make would set the world down the pathway toward world peace, because that'll be the consequence of what we're trying to do.
Really? So you're going to have a new interface for new governments to relate to each other globally.
Mm-hmm. See, here, check this out. War is not man's great and terrible disease. War is a symptom, a result. The real disease is the virus of national sovereignty. Urantia nations have not possessed real sovereignty. They never have had a sovereignty which could protect them from the ravages and devastations of world wars. In the creation of the global government of mankind, the nations are not giving up sovereignty so much as they are actually creating a real, bona fide, and lasting world sovereignty which will henceforth be fully able to protect them from all war. Local affairs will be handled by local governments, national affairs by national governments, international affairs will be administered by global government. World peace cannot be maintained by treaties, diplomacy, foreign policies, alliances, balances of power, or any other type of makeshift juggling with the sovereignties of nationalism. World law must come into existence and must be enforced by world government, the sovereignty of all mankind. The individual will enjoy far more liberty under world government. Today, the citizens of the great powers are taxed, regulated, and controlled almost oppressively, and much of this present interference with individual liberties will vanish when the national governments are willing to trust their sovereignty as regards international affairs into the hands of global government. Under global government, the national groups will be afforded a real opportunity to realize and enjoy the personal liberties of genuine democracy. The fallacy of self-determination will be ended. With global regulation of money and trade will come the new era of worldwide peace. Soon may a global language evolve, and there will be at least some hope of sometime having a global religion, or religions with a global viewpoint. Collective sovereignty will never afford peace until the collectivity includes all mankind. The political sovereignty of representative mankind government will bring lasting peace on earth, and the spiritual brotherhood of man will forever ensure goodwill among all men. And there is no other way whereby peace on earth and goodwill among men can be realized. So what we're trying to do now is, like it says, the political sovereignty of representative mankind government will bring lasting peace on earth. And that's what the invitation that we're sending out to the leaders and foreign ministers of all the different nations is about.
So are you going to have a meeting then? I mean, you're going to invite them here to Hawaii?
Right. Can we take a break and I'll get you
sure.
a copy of the invitation?
Okay, sure.
After working all the day, the moment comes when I really want to play and have some fun. Need a little relaxation to chill us out. Need a little recreation, there can be no doubt. I just wanna get high, I wanna fly into the sky. I just wanna let go. I want you to know, love you so. I just wanna get high, I wanna fly into the sky. I just wanna let go. Want you to know, love you so.